Wednesday morning, I wake up and I have this plan in my head that Wednesday night, I'm going to go meet this girl. But I had the whole day and I don't do much. So I had to go run an errand. I had to go to Nordstrom Rack to return something. And so I get in my truck and I start driving to Nordstrom Rack. And it's like in the middle of the day. It's probably like 12, 1 o'clock. And I get to a red light and this car pulls up next to me and my windows are down just a little bit and I'm listening to my music. Now, music is a big deal in my life. Now, I haven't been listening to like worship music or Christian music. I would listen to it here and there, but very, very rarely. I had a playlist of like 500 songs of secular music and just, stuff that I liked. It's pretty good, but it's my music, right? It's just worldly music. And I'm listening to it. And I say that for a reason, but so I'm listening to my music and I could see from my peripheral is the corner of my eye that this guy is like trying to like wave me down. And so I roll the window down or I press the button. And this young dude, he's probably like 26, 27, 28 years old. He just rolls his window down. I roll my window down. He goes, "Hey, Jesus loves you."
Oh my God.
Just out of nowhere. And I'm just like, "Thanks, man." Like weirdo.
Oh my
Like, "Thanks,
God.
dude." And that's all he says. He rolls his window back up, light turns green, he takes off. And I was at a red turning light. And so my red light was still red. So I'm
Bro.
just sitting there, right? Immediately, Ben, as I roll the window up, I get this crazy impulse, and that's all I'm going to call it, impression or impulse, to change the music to worship music. Now you got to think, I was a worship leader, right, in church. I my whole life pretty much. For the last 6.5 years, I barely listened to any Christian anywhere. I didn't want to. I'd only listen to secular music. But I had this album from Hillsong United that was on a playlist, and I just turned it on. And I had this really great, crazy impulse, like really, really strong, just sitting in my car to turn it on. And like, I couldn't say no. So I just changed the playlist and I started listening to Christian music. And I'm like, all right. But nothing, that the whole Jesus thing happened and then like change the music. Okay.
Dude,
So
real quick. That might have been an angel.
Dude, for sure it was, man. Like, who does that?
I'm not even
like,
kidding.
right?
I'm not even kidding. I've
It
heard of
has to be.
stuff like that before.
I actually have do you want to hear another crazy story really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
then we'll
want to
come back
hear
to this.
all the stories.
Okay, so I was at a Romanian church one time, and you know how Romanian churches always split up, and they have like that's how they plant new churches, they split.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So we were at this church. It was in Phoenix, and they were going through a lot of problems in this church. And I was in the leadership, and I was all around, so I knew like all the stuff that was happening. And we had this one service, like the police showed up. It was a Sunday night service. Like,
Wow.
dude, it
For
was
real?
crazy. Dude, at the beginning of the service, before like the service started, I got there early because I had to sing. And there was a line of men all around the church, like the entrances, so that they were like holding each other like shoulder to shoulder, kind of like so that they wouldn't let the pastor come into the church.
No
Like this at the beginning,
way.
yeah, and he had to like weasel
Well,
his way
bro,
in
hey,
and
if
stuff.
you're the freaking worship leader, can you be surprised that the church has got like all kinds of
I know.
problems going on?
Oh,
Dude.
crazy, man. Yeah. They let me in. They're like, "Oh, hey, Dennis." They're like, they let me in. And I get in. I'm like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, man, this is so bad." Anyway, so this is a
Wow.
really, really intense church night, right? Like we're trying to have church, but there's like people arguing, yelling in the back. Like,
Wow.
dude,
How
this is insane.
sad. How
Very
sad,
sad, man.
bro.
Very sad. Very sad. So twisted. And dude, I remember there was this one moment, dude. I'm sitting there, and this dude, the church is like arguing. There's people arguing
Wow.
during the service. It was insane, but I've never seen this in my life. This one dude, this guy who he's not Romanian. He was probably like Hispanic. This dude walks in. He's kind of like, he's probably like 5 feet, 5 inches, like 5'6". He's not that tall. Has this big belly. He's like short and stocky, like belly. And he has this red shirt on that like goes down to like almost his knees. He has jeans on. I'm never gonna forget this guy. He has jeans on, like dirty. He just walks into church. And I see him because I'm in the front of the church and I'm like
Yeah.
looking at the back of the church, and I see this guy walk in. I'm like, who the heck is that? Because I'm just watching people like
It's
argue, and
freaking Hector. No.
it's
Hey, bro, it's
guaranteed his
Angel.
name is Hector.
It's Angel.
It's Angel Alejandro. And so dude, this is what happens. He walks into the church. randomly, right, by himself, nobody else. He just walks in. He walks all the way to the side, all the way to the front of the church. He crosses the front of the church, goes all the way to the other side of the church, goes to the other exit out, and leaves. Check this out. What happens next? I see the whole, I'm watching him.
Were
I'm like,
people watching? Were people looking at him? Anything?
most people didn't even see this. I saw this whole
Really?
thing. I'm just like, what is
Really?
going on? And I'm just like,
Wow.
I'm just observing this guy just walking. He's dirty. He just got this red shirt on and his jeans on. He's just like, on hell walking. And he just walks out. Doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything, but he walks in front of the church, like at the,
Yeah.
like where the steps, like to get up to the podium. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, I thought he was gonna like start shooting the place up or something. I didn't know. Like, and he walks right out. Dude, an immediate calmness just came right over the church. Like everybody
Really?
stopped. It was the weirdest thing, man. Like, I was like, what just happened? Like, it was almost like it could have been an angel or something. Like,
Yeah, Angel.
dude, like, dude, it had to be. The whole church just stopped. They just stopped arguing.
That's crazy. Wow.
And then they did a prayer and then they dismissed the church.
What the heck? Dude,
It was like
so weird.
It was like 7:45. You know, like the church services go to like 8:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like 7:45. So it was like early. It blew my mind. I'm like, what just happened? I always thought to this day that was like a God thing, like an angel thing to calm. Like, I don't know, man. He like took a spirit out, a spirit of like divisiveness. You know, I think he just took with him or something. I don't know. But anyway, side note about angels, right?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So cool. So back to this. So